All right, everybody, welcome to the UGA Grand Finals. We have Tay, who is the champion of the Galar division, going up against Otto, who is the champion of, I believe, the Johto division from the Season 3 of UGA. So this battle will decide who is our overall champion. And let's see what both of these guys bring to the table. They're both strong battlers, and it's going to be a great fight to see. Right, Tay has locked in this team. Otto has locked in his. So, let's see what Otto brought. We got a Ranguru, Moltres, Cantonian, so that's fire flying, Dragapult, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Koko, and Inteleon. Interesting with the double Tapus. We'll be watching this from Tay's perspective, so let's see how he approaches this first game. Double Tapus, though. This I really have to see. Celesteela looks like it might have a fun time with all those fairies, though. Alright, and it seems like Tay has locked in his 4. And we'll just go and see. Otto's locked in his 4 as well. Let game 1 begin. Alright, from Otto's side, we see Inteleon and Tapu Bulu. Gonna get some grassy terrain going nice and early. And from Tay, we have Garchomp and Aromatisse. Shiny Aromatisse at that. And the Grassy Surge does go up, so we will have the grassy terrain. Are we gonna see a Grassy Seed? No seed. Alright. This is a pretty straightforward lead, I think, if you're in Otto's position. You have you have one relatively fast Mon out, and you probably don't want to deal with Trick Room, so your best bet is to try to disable the Aromatisse, I guess, turn 1. And Tay can capitalize on that by making sure that he can pick off who he needs to pick off for what he's got in the back, so we'll have to see. As we do indeed see the Garchomp going to go for the Protect. Ooh, Soak! Oh, we're going to see a big Wood Hammer. Are we going to see? We are going to see a big Wood Hammer! Oh my gosh! Unfortunately, the Focus Sash is what's going to save the Aromatisse. Bulu taking a huge chunk of damage, but Aromatisse will get off the Trick Room. That is amazing tech from both players, actually. I can see why he led that to sort of sidestep a potential Babiri Berry, which Aromatisse are very fond of carrying, but that Focus Sash was just the right call. And now Garchomp is kind of in the driver's seat here. You know, Inteleon is faster than Garchomp outside of Trick Room, so now it's very vulnerable to getting picked off, and while Bulu might be slower than Garchomp in Trick Room, there's not too much it can do if it's going to max in its face. Spoilers, Bulu doesn't get player off. So sorry, gamers. We are going to see a Dynamax of the Garchomp. Otto knows, yeah, he maxes the Bulu. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Oh no, he actually maxes the Inteleon. Ooh, this just got even more interesting. Moonblast going in, nice crit. Aromatisse delivering. Big Wormwind. Lives the Wormwind. That is quite a bulky Inteleon. Gonna see another Woodhammer going to the Garchomp at -1 though. Taking some wood rough skin chip. And recoil. Max Hailstorm gonna come out, going into the Garchomp. Not quite enough. Hanging on by just a sliver. And I think it might die from Hail Chip, actually. Aromatisse again surviving on 1 HP. That Focus Sash just keeps on delivering. Does Hail kill the Inteleon? Okay, no, does not. And then everybody gets around with Grassy Terrain healing to sort of cancel out the Hail Chip. And even after 2 turns, I would still say, like, this is a pretty good standing. Gonna see what these two coaches do on their 3rd turn. Both of them have a weakened Dynamax and a mid to weakened support Mon. Could be anybody's game right now. Aromatisse is gonna move first. We are gonna see the Max Guard coming out from the Inteleon. Good play. Blocking that Moonblast. Let's see what the Bulu went for. Oh no. Garchomp gonna hit it with the Rockfall. Huh. I can only wonder what Bulu must have attempted there, because I believe it went first the previous turn. But we'll see. Aromatisse again back on that 1 hit point. It's just gonna keep going down to Focus Sash for the rest of the game. Alright, Oranguru coming out for Otto. I will say though, in spite of the sort of the stickiness of the situation that it looked like after that turn 1 Trick Room play, Otto has definitely held his own in stalling out Tay's Max. And we'll see if he can try to wrest control away from Tay in this game 1, who is still, in my opinion, in a pretty strong position. Aromatisse being slower than everything on the field just gives it a lot of flexibility in what it is allowed to do, while Trick Room is still up. But Tay gonna recall the Aromatisse, bringing in that Celesteela. Otto also gonna withdraw, can take out that Inteleon, save it for later. Is gonna bring out his last Pokemon, which happens to be Tapu Koko. We're gonna see a reversal of Trick Room from Otto. Celesteela certainly does not want to switch into a Tapu Koko, so that's very interesting. And we will see Tapu Koko with the Electric Seed, giving it a +1 defense. And Oranguru with the Symbiosis. Wow. Unfortunately, that Terrain Pulse play didn't quite work out on the Garchomp, and the Tapu Koko is gonna go right down to, I believe, a Focus Sash of its own, invisible of course, but the Electric Seed, oh no, never mind, just faded outright. Wow, what a turn. It looked like it lived that with the +1 defense, but Garchomp just kind of said no. And Otto was forced to send Inteleon again out while Trick Room is still in effect. And I believe the Celesteela is probably going to move first, or if not, the Oranguru might if it's min speed. But Oranguru can't really do too much to Celesteela before it can take out Inteleon. That much I can probably assure you of. Gonna see it protect. Yeah, that's fair. Protects on both sides. Guru going for a big terrain pulse into Celesteela. Is an electric move, but it is not stab. So Celesteela takes that pretty handily. I now see why he opted for the double. I see why he opted for the double Tapos. That's pretty clever. Terrain pulse strategy. Inteleon gonna go down to the sand chip though. And the Trick Room is now over, but it is one lone Oranguru versus Tay's 4 Mons. 2 of which are fairly healthy. And now all of his team has the speed advantage, so it's just going to be a bit of a 1-2 punch to take down the Meditating Monkey. And Tay will be cleaning up and taking the first game. We saw some amazing techs from both coaches and good plays on both coaches' ends during that first game. So we're going to see how Otto and Tay both adjust to what they have just learned. Not wasting any time, coach is getting right back to it. Alright, game number 2. So, Otto opted to leave the Dragapult and the Moltres behind, and we saw that Tay had left Suicune and Toxicroak on the bench. So we're going to see what their adjustments will be for game number 2. And we do see a fairly big adjustment from Tay actually opting to lead the Rotom, it seems, next to that Aromatisse rather than the Garchomp. Sometimes it's just the smallest bit of switch up that can really bring home victories. Alright, Otto's taking some more time to think. We'll see what he's cooking up in a few moments. Alright, Otto's locked in. Time for game number 2. Alright, let's see what the leads are. We have Oranguru and Tapu Koko, which we saw at the end of game 1, and we have Rotom, Heat, and Aromatisse coming out for Tay. And now we know Koko will set up that Electric Surge, making sure that all the Pokemon on the field cannot fall asleep, and also if they are grounded, they get a multiplier to their Electric-type moves. It gets the +1 defense from the Electric Seed, and Oranguru is so generous it shares its Life Orb. So we now have a +1 defense, Life Orb, Electric Terrain bound Tapu Koko. That seems very frightening, but we'll see what Tay's response to that sort of turn 0 play will end up being. Tapu Koko does have to actually be careful at leveraging electric attacks simply because there is a Garchomp in the back potentially, so Otto cannot just blindly go for Max Lightnings, in spite of the fact that he will probably want to use them against the Celesteela. So that is something to keep in mind. Alright, withdrawing the Rotom, there is the Garchomp. Aromatisse with the ally switch tech coming out. And Coco gonna go for a raw Thunderbolt. Ally switch drawing it right into the Garchomp. And the Yawn play for the Rotom getting blocked by the electric terrain for the Aromatisse. That was an amazing swap by Tay. Great use of momentum. And also at the same time got that Yawn tech revealed that we didn't get to see in the first game. But at the same time, Otto did very well at not maxing. I could see where you might think it would be easy to max in that situation. Some players might have, but I think being conservative about it was definitely the right call. And now we are going to see the Coco max. Now the Garchomp is out in the front. The Max Lightning is still a risky play because of the fact that Ally Switch has been revealed in the Aromatisse. But you can now aggressively target the Garchomp with a Max Starfall if you were so inclined. Now we are going to see the Garchomp maxing as well, so this will be another Clash of the Titans, so to say. Dragon Ground versus Electric Fairy. It's funny how those types just happen to cancel each other out in some ways, but we're gonna see who wins this showdown. Tapu Koko going for that Max Starfall, sending some big damage to the Garchomp. Garchomp gonna hang on about 30% and change the terrain. Taking a bit of Life Orb chip. Max Quake gonna come out. Will the +1 allow it to... Oh no, actually did it to the Oranguru. That's good. Good. I don't know if he was accounting for an ally switch on Otto's part, but he still gets the special defense boost, which is important. Oranguru gonna hit Terrain Pulse. Oh, that's a nice play. Did it into the Aromatisse probably to cover, I guess, the Garchomp potentially being ally switched in that slot. And Aromatisse is going to set up the Trick Room. So, once again, we are in sort of the driver's seat where Aromatisse gets to decide what happens next. And Garchomp being faster than Coco now that Trick Room is up is not a good position for Otto. The Oranguru will still move before the Garchomp, but we've seen that it has Yawn, which is going to have no effect due to the Misty Terrain that is up, and we saw Terrain Pulse, which it can do to potentially finish off the Garchomp because of the Misty Terrain. We are going to see a big Max Guard from Tay's Garchomp. Nice conservative play. Moonblast going to go in. Trying to pick up the Oranguru. It does. It crit another Moonblast. This Aromatisse is absolutely insane this game. And Max Guard gonna block the Max Starfall from the Tapu Koko. Wow. That Aromatisse is just on fire. It lives multiple hits at 1 health and has crit 2 Moonblasts. That's... I don't know what you've been feeding it, Tay, but that one's a keeper. That one's a keeper. Alright, we're going to see Inteleon coming out for Otto. Another Fastmon under this Trick Room haze. And once again, Aromatisse gonna fire off some more Moonblast at the Inteleon, doing a good chunk of damage and getting the special attack drop. Garchomp gonna go in for a big Max Quake into the Koko. Will the +1 help it survive? Not even a chance. Oh my god, another crit! Oh man. Tay's Pokemon are just critting all over the place. But that is going to be the end of Tapu Koko. Inteleon going to hit a big Icy Wind. Gonna do a little bit of chip to the Chomp, but obviously the goal is to get damage on Chomp because you don't want to make your opponents even slower in Trick Room. And Garchomp actually holding a White Herb, which is gonna reset its speed back to normal. And our last Pokemon will be the Moltres, coming out for Auto. Don't think... I'm pretty sure Moltres is actually slower than Garchomp, even at max speed, so it'll come down to what's on its moveset, really. But of course, it's 4 times weak to Rock, and we've already seen that Moltres has Rock. That Garchomp has a Rock move. And so I'm gonna go for the Protect. Good play. Blocking that Moonblast for the turn. Moltres is gonna be faster under Trick Room, trying to take out that Garchomp. Not successful enough. No burn either. Big Dragon Claw gonna come out, taking that Moltres down to half. Can't even proc Flame Body due to the Max Starfall. So that's a rip. Also couldn't get burned by Flamethrower either, so that Max Starfall actually working against Auto just a little bit there in this endgame of game number 2. Moltres is now going to protect you and try to stall out those Trick Room turns, rest that speed control back. Intellion going for the double, does not get it. Aromatisse finally revealing the After You tech, which allows Garchomp to move immediately. And that Dragon Claw is going to go into that Inteleon and just about finish it off. And the Mist has cleared, the Trick Room has cleared. So, Auto is finally in the driver's seat of some speed control. And we're going to see what happens. He knows he's got to stop that Aromatisse before another Trick Room goes up, but at the same time, you really let Garchomp get free damage off. It's a tough spot to be in. Snipe Shot coming out. Rock Slide hitting the Moltres, but it looks like it has the Charty Berry, which lowers the rock damage that it gets from super effective rock hits. Gonna hang on with a little bit. Flamethrower, Auto just throwing everything at that Aromatisse. But it's just hanging on, and the Trick Room goes back up, and that'll probably just about seal Auto's fate, as the Aromatisse is now more than capable of moving first and picking off whichever mon it wants, and the Garchomp can finish up. We're gonna see the Moonblast come in, picking up that Moltres. And since Garchomp is now the fastest Pokemon on the field, Dragon Claw gonna go into that Inteleon, cleaning it up, and Tay is your UGA Season 3 Grand Champion with a 2-0 victory over Auto. Congratulations. Whew. That was definitely an intense set to watch, just from the prep to the plays. These guys are the best of the best, man. They deserved everything they did to get here, so congratulations.